Good evening.
Tonight we are going to be doing tarot readings. Okay, we're shuffling the cards right now. We don't have anybody in the room yet. Hello. Questions. We're taking questions.
Did we finish Gemini?
Let's do Gemini.
I think we did Gemini, and it was a big one for them.
It was.
I think we need to do the next
Cancer.
one. Okay. Nick
Then
is biased
Leo.
because he is also a Cancer.
Cancer's the best sign. Everybody knows that. Hello. Welcome. Let's get some cards out there so if people come in, they know what's going on. Perfect. All right, you could probably get like 2 more in there. All right, so right off the bat, Cancer, it's really time to ground yourself in case anything arises. I don't really see anything abrupt happening. If anything is going to happen in your life, it's going to happen really slow, Cancer. I do see you connecting to nature, your feminine self, your feminine divine nature. Look for any doors that are opening, Cancer. And make sure to tap into the celestial realm. Move it up a little bit, babe. Put it like that. All right. So I also think that it's time to kind of let go of your feminine side, but still have that connection to nature. Look for any new beginnings. Yeah, that's basically it. What do you see, Sarah? Okay, that's fine. I think it's also good to disconnect from certain things in your life right now, to kind of like let go of aspects of what's been going on. If there's anything you can kind of relinquish, that's going to be really key. Don't follow people that you usually follow. It might be a good time to just kind of go inward rather than outward. If someone's giving you instructions that you're not really vibing with, it's not really a great time to listen to them. Just kind of go inward and listen to your own personal guides and your own personal voice. Hello, everybody. Hello, we're doing free readings. Please ask a question. We're taking questions. We're fielding questions. Right now, we're just doing a general reading for Cancer. Nothing abrupt is going to happen. Everything's going to happen very slow and kind of.
I want to build off what you were saying.
Okay.
About not really heeding to people's advice or what other people are wanting. It's definitely time to be looking at focusing on yourself and to be a little bit slower. And I know there's that trend of like soft girl era, and that's what I'm getting here, is to just like lean into your softer side, as he was saying before about going into your feminine. I think that's actually what it's trying to say, is to go inward a little bit more, move a little bit more slowly, not focus so much on the material, but more so inside your soul.
Yeah, Venus is also associated with
Beauty.
yeah, sorry, and the Empress is also associated with Venus. We can see it here in the shield. But what's also interesting now that I'm looking at the reading a little bit deeper is that we have Mars here on the playing field as well.
And it's in reverse.
It's in reverse, so it might be a good time to kind of connect with what you perceive to be an opposite force of what you are. So everybody that's here, does anybody want to ask a question? All we ask is that you subscribe to the channel or like the video, or both. Anybody have a question, or do you want to just keep us moving along the general readings for the signs? Taking questions. Okay. So, yeah, just connect with what you feel like is opposite within you and just kind of let it arise gradually. This is not a really great time to move very quickly with any decisions. So, really take your time with everything. And you might want to guard yourself from outside forces that are trying to influence you. It's not a really great time to listen to others. It's more of a time to look inward and be your own guide. All right.
Yeah, so I think that's the message for Cancer.
That's the message for Cancer. That's the message for Cancer.
Clear this.
Yep. Doesn't really seem that active tonight. Nobody's in the room. Hello, hello. Hello, Christy. How are you? We're taking questions. All we ask is that you like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Hi, Sophia. Hello. Please like and subscribe. We will take your questions. Christy's okay tonight. She's just feeling okay.
Okay.
If anybody has any questions, we are fielding questions. We are taking questions. Just like and subscribe the video. Let's get a nice group chat going. Sarah is shuffling the deck. We're a team. We're husband and wife, and we read tarot together. All right, Sophia's question. Liked and subbed. Okay. Has S thought of me after seeing me in the elevator that day? Thank you, Sophia. Yeah, we love each other very much, and we try to express that through tarot. Okay, so Sophia. Sophia's the first question of the night. Awesome. If you haven't subscribed yet, just give us a little subscribe, and it'll update you whenever we're doing these free readings. Okay, so has S thought of me after seeing me in the elevator that day? Sarah's pulling out the cards for us. Let's get one more. Perfect. All right, I definitely see him thinking about it. He wants to be really balanced in the way that he has thought about you inside of the elevator. I definitely see him kind of coming forward eventually and thinking about you more. What's interesting here is that we have the sign of Libra inside of the earth element. He had some conflicting thoughts. He really needed to kind of... Okay, he's a hallway crush of mine at school, if that makes sense. Weirdly enough, I saw him at the apartment complex of my cousin. Interesting. I'm going to say he was, but he doesn't quite know what to do. He was thinking about you, Sophia, but he's a little bit confused. His eggs might be in more than one basket right now. So really be a little bit balanced about how you go about this situation. I think if everything aligns correctly, then it will happen. She says he is very shy and withdrawn.
Yeah, I'm getting that. What I want to say what I'm getting is that you caught his eye for sure. You definitely struck something within him, but he's also got a lot on his plate and on his mind. You're saying that he's in school right now. You guys are in school, so he might have, extracurriculars on his mind and his school things. So as much as like he finds you attractive, or like he may be wanting to pursue you, but he just has like other things going right now, and it might not be on the forefront to be approaching you. But I do think he actually was thinking about it for sure.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard for Libra energy to make any type of decisions because they try to weigh everything, and I feel like that's that internal battle that's going on with him right now.
Yeah.
He's kind of weighing the costs of pursuing you. Even the fact that you guys ended up in the right place at the right time together, that is a huge sign from the universe, so hopefully he saw it just as much as you did. I do think that he was thinking about you, and that's ultimately what your question was. So yes, that's a positive, especially with that Knight of Wands going forth into the world. So yeah, good things coming your way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, he was just as surprised.
Yeah.
He was just as surprised. All right, so we're going to take Christy's question now. Thank you, Christy, for joining us. What is C's intention towards me?
I'm just shuffling. Give me a minute.
No problem, Sophia. You're welcome anytime. All we ask is that we get a like and subscribe. Any new viewers here? We take questions and we like to work with everybody. And we take the questions as they come, so first come, first serve. Thank you for the hearts.
Oh.
So what are C's intentions? Let's get it going here. Let's get one more.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. We take questions. Just throw them up in the chat. We'll eventually get to them. Just like and subscribe. That's all that we ask. All right, so C's intentions. C definitely wants to be connected to you. His thinking processes might be a little more laid back than you would like, but he definitely wants to kind of be your king. He wants to show his emotion in the most divine and masculine way that he can. But I also feel like he's trying to be a little tough at the same time. We have two really strong masculine figures here. We have a soldier that's at rest, but we also have a king. He might be slightly guarded, but he does have good, pure intentions towards you. Be open to that. I really want you to try to soften him up. Okay. Does that kind of clarify some stuff for you there, Christy? Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. All we ask is that you like and subscribe, and we'll get to your questions. Throw them up in the chat. One last person, one last one for Christy. He might be a little afraid of change, so you might have to help him along there. Yep, he's been guarded. That's what we were picking up here too.
Yeah, I think he sees potential in you guys, and he's outweighing the pros and cons and the choice
Right.
of it all.
Yeah, I
Here.
mean, yeah, the Lover's card showed up, so that's a really great sign. But
Right, but he's outweighing it. He's thinking about it. I do see a softer side within him, whether he is showing it or not.
Yep, it's there. We have to remember that water forces, they tend to be a little more feely, and they tend to get in their minds a little bit more than the air signs, because they are so caught up in their feelings. So he's guarded, but he's guarding himself.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Christy. We're going to move on to Min Yoon. Will my next romantic connection be someone I meet in person or online? Yeah, soften them up a little bit, Christy. Let's get some out for oh, she put the laughing emoji. When I said that, that's funny. All right. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Min Yoon.
I'm just shuffling menu.
Right. I just wanted to let the chat know.
Yeah.
So she wants to know, will it be someone she meets in person or online?
Okay, let's see what we can get from that.
Min Yoon says she really likes hearing the two perspectives, so she likes the couple duo.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
It is fun, and it's really unique. Not a lot of tarot YouTubers offer that, or any tarot people in general. So this is very unique. Okay.
Why do I feel like that means internet?
Let's get one more card.
Okay.
I feel like 3 will really kind of solidify what's going on here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting internet too.
Yeah.
Stay open to internet connections. Definitely build up rapport or, your confidence with the person that you meet on the internet initially. Stay a little grounded in that. Don't be too keen to kind of get out there. Really ground yourself in common things that you like to do on the internet. I don't know. I really like to go on chess.com. So maybe there's like certain games that you like to play together. Really get intimate on that level. What do you see, Sarah?
Yeah, I want to say why we're seeing this, or at least why I'm seeing this. I can't speak for Nick. right off the bat here, this guy is sitting and he's alone, but he has all of these cups surrounding him, and those could be potential suitors or potential um, love energies for him, right? And he's just kind of sitting there like, yeah, I have all this potential. That makes me think of a dating app where you can just swipe on all these potential suitors, and you're just kind of sitting there getting all of these people put into your field, and you don't really have to do the work. You're just kind of sitting there and like watching it happen. So that's where I'm getting there. Also here, you know, I'm getting like the air energy with the swords, and obviously this person's contemplating. So again, they're just like thinking about it. They're kind of alone and quiet. So again, and also the computers, electronics, I get that with the air sign as well, because it's like about the intellect, you know?
She's a Gemini.
Okay. And then also here, it's like they're not looking out into the world. They're not looking out to their domain. So it's more of an internal process. So those are why I would say it's not someone you're going to meet outside.
Right.
But that's not to say close yourself off from any opportunities that come your way. I'm just saying that's what I'm getting.
Right. I was actually getting the same thing, especially with the isolation in each one of the cards. But when we got to the one where it did seem to be expansive, like this person's looking out into the world and he has a globe in his hand. But it's inverted. So when you get an upside down card, it means the opposite of what that is. And
that shadow side.
That traditionally means, she says they hope that they're not a weirdo. Online connections scare you a bit. Yeah, that's why we really want you to try to build a lot of rapport or a lot of grounding in the person first. Just be really careful, because that can get a little scary, like you said. They say they try to avoid dating apps. Yeah, I'm kind of getting the feeling that this is from like a gaming thing. So
yeah, I mean, I do get the creepy app vibes from this card, so I understand your wariness there.
Yep, we totally understand, Mignon. Thank you for dropping by and liking and subscribing. We really appreciate you asking the question. This is a good question. Anybody hanging out in the chat would like to ask a question? Otherwise, we're going to give Mignon another card. Yeah, Discord vibes. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Yup. Does anybody have a question? Otherwise, we're going to give Mignon another card to kind of clarify her situation. Why don't we give her another card and wait for a question? All right, we have another one coming for you.
Oh, okay.
Ultimately, it's going to be a really good outcome for you.
It is the start of a new romance.
Yep. Stay open to it. Join your Discord forums and really get active. I don't know what types of things you like to talk about on Discord or what you actually do. Believe it or not, my own mother is on Discord, and she's almost 60 years old. So yeah, this is a really good sign, but we are getting more of a internet vibe from this for your next relationship. Okay, so good outcomes though for Mignon, good outcomes. All right, so does anybody have a question? We're fielding questions. If we don't get a question, we'll do a reading
for who's
Leo.
Okay.
Reading for Leo. Yeah, no problem, Mignon. Thank you for dropping
you.
by. If you subscribe, you will get updates on when we're going live, and we're always willing to take people's questions. Oh, we have two Geminis. Christy and Mignon are both Gemini.
Well, I hope you heard our last reading on the Gemini.
Yeah, we were just giving a general reading
month
for Gemini.
You
Yeah. All right, let's get some cards out. Oh, Apox, Virgo. Hey, Apox, do you have any questions for us?
I'm a Virgo as well.
Oh, yes, Sarah's a Virgo. We'll give the chat a second for a question. Oh, Sophia's a Gemini too. We have 3 Geminis
wow,
here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Got a lot of air going on.
Yeah, 3 Geminis, Mignon. That's pretty funny. Okay, why don't we do a couple cards for Leo? And then maybe somebody will ask a question. All right. So we've got
Oh,
the
interesting.
3 of cups, the 2 of cups. Interesting.
I want to say what I'm getting.
All right. What are you getting, Sarah?
I'm seeing. I mean, this is typical Leo, wanting to be social, the life of the party, going out, having fun. You may meet someone while you're out, but it ends up not really working out, or you hope to find someone when you're out and you don't. But don't let that bother you too much because ultimately you're spunky and fiery, and there's something um, fun coming up on the horizon, I would say.
Yeah. I also really want to encourage you to hang out more with friends rather than love life. The 2 of Cups is considered the second lover's card of the tarot, but we also have the card that really emphasizes friendship and celebrating friendship at the same time. So stay away from finding new love or getting too involved in your love life right now. And I really want you to focus more on friends and celebrating that friendship and the harvest that come from having great friendships and great friendly bonds. The world at that point will be your oyster. Look into the world with a fiery heart and really proliferate that outwards. Hi, Camille. Thank you for coming in. If you like and subscribe, we will answer a question.
I would also say, as fiery as you are and how great that is, remind yourself to stay a little more grounded. Don't let the fire get you out of control.
Yeah, we have a question from Camille. Can I be added to the list, please? Yes. So if
Yes,
you
go ahead.
yeah, if you subscribe, you can get updates on when we're going live. So you can always be added to the list. So it's on we can't subscribe you, you have to subscribe yourself. But if you like and subscribe, you will always be updated. Does anybody have a question? We have quite a few people in the room right now. We have 6 people, 7 people. Does anybody have a question, or are we all just kind of hanging out getting general readings? Thanks, Camille. Do you have a question? Okay, so we do have a question. Apox, I'd love to hear something about my job. I'm under pressure for a few months now. This is a great question. All right, Sarah's going to shuffle the deck, and we'll get a few cards out there for you, Apox. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And then Camille wants a general read. Yep, we can do that right afterwards. So we go by whoever comes first. So the quicker you can get your question in the chat, the sooner we'll put you on the list, and I just go down.
Okay, so Apoc's job.
Apoc's job, they're feeling a lot of pressure right now in their job.
I feel that.
Oh,
Okay,
star.
there's some hope.
So we've got the star. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, so
Okay.
Yep, Sarah, do you
Just off the bat, I do see you're ultimately going to be okay. You're going to get through this. I do see there's probably a lot of petty conflict going on, or you're feeling insecure about other people's opinions of you at the workplace.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that are trying to fight with you for no reason, and they almost feel like this fighting is like a means of practice so that they can maybe get a one-up on you. That's not always healthy for the workplace because it's always better to work as a team when you're at work. I really want you to try to be that shining light and show them that you are not going to get down from their fighting and their sparring with you. It's just not great. I really want you to keep your head up. Look towards the stars and focus on your own end goals for you and your family. That's the best way that you or anybody for that matter can get through this hardship at work. I really do feel for you. Try to fish out what you can from each scenario and better yourself. If people aren't happy with you, then just keep on doing what you need to do.
Yeah, just focus on yourself. I'm almost seeing like people are maybe competing for the same promotion or competing for the boss's eye. And like Nick is saying, just focus on yourself and honestly put some blinders on. Don't focus on what other people are saying or the competition. If you just show how unique you are, and you don't cave into the pettiness of your coworkers, you're gonna stand out.
Yep.
And ultimately, it's going to be happiness for you. So hang in there. I know work can be super stressful, but you're going to be okay.
Exactly. All right. I think that's a good one. Things are going to work out for you, Apox. Just keep your head up. Stay cool, stay calm-headed, maybe do a little meditation after work and just leave all the stress at work. All right, next question is from Camille. They asked for a general read. Let's get a few cards out there for Camille. What we do here is you throw a question up in the chat and we get to it in sequential order. So the sooner that you can get your question up in the chat, the sooner that we can get to it. All right, we're shuffling the cards. All that we ask is that you like and subscribe so we can help you and the community more.
One more shuffle for Camille.
That
wasn't a great shuffle, but.
All right, we need some shuffling lessons over here,
Yes.
but we're working on it. That's why we're here.
Okay, Camille.
Camille, general read for Camille. I believe Camille was also a Gemini, I think she said. Or was I wrong?
Okay, this could be a turning point for you.
Let's get the cards a little more centered here so they can see what they're getting. Perfect. Oh, Camille's a Gemini. All right. What are you feeling, Sarah? What are you seeing?
I'm almost seeing.
Oh.
Very interesting. That changes how I was going to see stuff.
All right. What do you see?
Because I almost wanted to say this is a turning point, and you've been in your feminine energy a lot, and maybe you need more structure. But you know, with the High Priestess being such a strong feminine figure, ultimately I do see this is a turning point for you in your inward self, how you're seeing yourself and how you perceive the world and go about the world. And it's asking you to look within.
Yeah, I'm really kind of picking up that the way that the memories of your life are ultimately going to cause the biggest change for you right now. So I really want you to think about everything that's already happened and that how it can change you moving forward. And the way that the Wheel of Fortune ultimately represents the turning of the tides in life. It doesn't really represent fortune or coming into money, but it represents the ebbs and flows of the patterns of the universe. So the best way that we can ride those waves is actually from looking into our memories and learning from them ultimately. Take it slow, really assess everything, right? So we're not going to go very quick. The Queen of Wands likes to see things quickly happen. I want you to move slowly as you look at everything that's already happened, okay? And don't make any swift decisions, all right? It may not be beautiful. So we have the Empress, which is inverted, and the Empress represents beauty, motherly love, things of that nature, basically Venus energy. So looking at the past may not always be beautiful, but it's ultimately going to make the swiftest change for you and give you the direction that you need. So that's what I've got for you, Camille. All right, so we're going to move on to the next question, I think. General reading for A. So let's get a few cards up, and then David Price wants a general reading. No problem, Camille. Thank you for coming in. All we ask is that you like and subscribe to the channel. And then Serena has a question about her ex. So we're going to do two general
readings. In the queue. Let's.
Yeah, we're going to do 3 general readings. One for A.
This is for A.
One for David. And then we're going to dig into Serena's ex. Thank you, A. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it.
Here for A.
Yeah, this one.
You're definitely not feeling sad right now, that's for sure.
Maybe you're getting over a heartbreak
Getting over something, okay.
and you're looking for what's new.
All right, I'm gonna let you go and then we'll. Okay, yeah. Don't overbear yourself right now. Don't take on too many projects. It's not gonna end well. Try to relieve some of those projects if you can. I also want you to kind of see what's at home rather than abroad. And I want you to celebrate the small things.
I'm almost getting that you are moving on from either heartbreak, like I said, like romantically, or just something that was challenging in your life that kind of shook things up, and you were wanting to like move on and broaden your horizons right afterward to, like, you know, be able to just move on and feel better. But ultimately that would just add more burden to your life and just more challenge and heartbreak. So like Nick is saying, I would focus more inward and not trying to delve into new things right now.
Yeah, definitely. So A says that they're on a vacation and they're looking abroad to go. Oh, they're looking abroad to go on a vacation. Yeah, really square away your home life right now. I do see a lot of happiness coming from this vacation. We have the Three of Swords inverted. So this is called the Lord of Sorrow, or the Sorrow card. But because it's upside down, it's the opposite of sorrow, which is happiness. So really square things away at home so you can be more happy on your vacation, eh? That's what we've got for you. All right, so I believe the next person up was David. So we're going to do a general reading for David. Yeah, square things away at home, A, so then you can be happier when you go abroad. Don't take on too many projects right now. Jazz, welcome. All you simply do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then post your question, and we'll eventually get to it. We go in the order that we get them. So right now we're on David.
Okay.
And then we're gonna
General for David?
Yeah, general reading for David, if he's still here. David, are you still here? I want to make sure that we're actually tending to the people that are still here. David, are you still here? David's still here. All right,
Okay,
let's
great.
give him a question. Oh, okay. Nice. That's not a bad card, David. You got the devil. There's no bad tarot cards, just bad interpretations. It's true. All right, let's get them a little closer so they can see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm bad at
Yep,
the
please
camera.
don't touch them. I got them. I'm not being snappy. I just want them to see. If you guys saw the look she's giving me right now because I said that. All right, David, I'm going to go in. Okay, so there might be some things that are binding you to the material world right now. I might see some temptation that's happening, and not everybody's behind what that temptation is. I want you to really recenter yourself and go for what you see to be against the grain. So I want you to try to travel that unconventional path. All right, you said it's been a roller coaster for you. And that roller coaster might actually be the way that you need to go. Try to have some fun, have some earthly fun, laugh. I really want you to laugh and play. If things are getting a little too serious, you need to lighten them up a little bit. Go against the grain right now. Do something that's unconventional, that almost seems crazy to other people. All right, those are all things that the devil represents in a tarot reading. Now, the reason that I'm emphasizing it so much is because that's the major arcana that's in the reading. Whenever you get a major arcana, it always pulls all the energy towards that way, okay? Now, the reason that I said stay away from others is because this card has to do with organizing other people and bringing them together. Now, because it's reversed, we're going to do the opposite of that. So we're going to kind of stay away from others. We're going to do our own thing, really go against the grain and find that desire and that creative potency that goes with it. You might also want to lean into like a maternal guidance, a maternal wisdom, possibly your mother, aunt, or some other feminine figure that you like to talk to. You don't have to follow their advice, but just kind of touch base with them, tap into their energy, tell them what's going on so they know what's happening. You got anything else? Oh, another card.
Yeah, I'm seeing some struggle here. Something, an internal struggle.
He said there's been loads of hurdles for him.
Yeah, there's something that's tying you down, that's weighing you down and keeping you from feeling successful in your life. And you're kind of wondering where to go from here. It looks like it's hard. I will say with the upright feminine Queen of Wands, like Nick is saying, either lean into a fire feminine energy that's in your family, like he's saying, or maybe it's tapping into something that sparks your joy and passion in life that may kind of pull you out of this rut that you're having.
I just got a really beautiful comment from Apox. I want to highlight Apox's comment here. Thank you so much, Apox. They say, Nick, you got some awesome gems of Oracle decks. I've learned so much from your channel.
That's amazing.
Thank you so
Nick
much,
loves his
Apox.
deck.
Thank you. That means so much. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. All right. So, David, hang in there. Go against the grain. Find the path that's not been beaten down. Really, really stick with it. All right, Serena, are you still with it? Are you still with us?
I'm still with it.
Yeah, I hope that they're still. David says, yes, you're right. Hang in there, David. I know it's been tough.
I'm thinking of you, David.
He says, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're welcome, David. Thanks, Apox. That was a lovely, lovely compliment.
You guys are so amazing.
You guys are awesome. Serena, are you still here with us? Make sure she's still here. Otherwise, we're going to move on to another person. Just give us a yes if you're still in the room, Serena. We apologize because so many people put questions and we want to get to them. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, so please be patient, guys. No problem, David. We love helping people on here. It's kind of like a couple's pastime for us. Okay, so Serena doesn't seem to be responding, so we're going to move on to the next question,
Okay.
which was, I believe Jazz.
Okay.
Jazz was the next question. Jazz, are you still here? Will I finally hear from the job I got last week? Okay, Jazz is still here, so we're going to do the reading for Jazz.
Okay.
All right, so,
Ooh, that one came out.
okay, I'm going to definitely say yes. I mean, even if we get these other cards, I'm going to stick with it. Let's get a couple more cards. Okay, whatever was holding this job back, it's going to finally be released. There isn't going to be any more turmoil. Whatever's happened in the past is definitely going to kind of come forward. So really look forward to that new job. Really look forward to whatever's coming your way, Jazz. I kind of see like the sleeping dogs lying and the horizon. You see the horizon in this background. So a lot of people interpret this card as bad, but really if you look at everything in the symbolism, we've got the person, but he's giving the sign of the Hierophant, which represents the higher self. And we have the dark sky that's actually growing into light. Growing into light. So this is actually representative of your higher self breaking through the darkness and coming into something new and beautiful and good, especially with this Judgment card sitting here. Just take it all in little bits.
Yeah.
Don't overexcite yourself.
I'm getting that you were feeling defeated, possibly about a job that you just lost, or maybe just the whole process of finding a job can be really difficult and um, just a burden. So I see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the start of a new job. So that's what I'm getting.
Welcome, Kath. We were just talking about you earlier. Yes, we talk about you guys after the live. So Jazz says they felt stuck and they've been searching for years now. Well, Jazz, you're in luck. It's gonna turn your way. Let's see what other questions
Yeah, I'm
we
getting that
have.
defeated energy, but I think with the Fool, that's just showing like a ray of sunshine, the beginning of something new for you. So, not only do I see something new opening up for you, but also it's a reminder to look at things with fresh eyes. I know after literally years of job searching and all of the hard work and struggle that goes into that, it can feel daunting and maybe discouraging, but this is reminding you to just remember to keep your head up and look at things with a fresh perspective, and ultimately something is going to come your way. So just patience is key, and not letting this all defeat the light within you.
Yeah. Chelsea, are you still here? Because you are the next one.
Is this the same Chelsea from yesterday?
I think Chelsea Daly. Just say yes in the chat, because I think Chelsea is actually the next question. Because we just answered Jazz's question, that it's Chelsea.
Well, good luck with your job and the job search. I know it can be difficult, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking of you.
Oh, we were just talking about all the wonderful people that were in the chat the other day, and we mentioned you, Kat. They wanted to know what we were saying.
Oh yeah, nothing bad.
Nothing bad.
Nothing
We
bad.
were just reflecting on the readings we were giving the other night. Okay, so I guess the next person is Chelsea.
Okay.
They want to know, will they get the work from home job soon? Chelsea, are you still with us?
Career-oriented things going on tonight.
makes sense because everything's kind of hard right now.
Oh yeah.
If you throw up a question in the chat, we'll eventually get to it. We're just casually hanging out today. So Chelsea's still here. All right, so will Chelsea get the work from home job that they were looking for or hoping for? Thanks for hanging in there, Chelsea. You want to jump in? I'm going to say yes, but it might not be what job you were initially hoping for. So it might not be the ideal conditions that you were looking for, but ultimately it's going to come your way. We have the Ace of Wands, which represents an initial desire or an initial will for it to happen. But because we have the inverted Knight of Pentacles and the inverted King of Pentacles, Pentacles really like to have things planned out and have things executed in a really slow way that's really dynamic and organized. Because it's inverted, you're going to get the at-home job that you're going to get an at-home job, but it might not be the one that you initially thought it was going to be for. Still, working from home is great. Everybody wishes that they could work from home. So try to stay positive about it. It may not be the contingencies that you want. You might not get a full-blown package with all the bells and whistles like insurance or paid vacations or anything like that. But you will get the at-home job. So not to worry. They may not offer the advancement that you wanted either. So there's going to be some caveat that doesn't quite add up for your initial expectations. But don't worry, you're going to get the job. It's going to turn out well. It's just not going to be initially what you thought it was going to be. You need to really be dynamic with the situation. Okay, so welcome everybody. If you have a question, put it up in the chat. So we answered Chelsea's question. We haven't really had a question since Chelsea.
I agree with Nick's interpretation that this is probably not going to be something that you're expecting, and maybe it's not even going to be this job that you're thinking of in particular and you're hoping for, but it's actually going to be something that sparks your interest and sparks a passion within you. So, sometimes the universe works in funny ways and you don't get what you asked for, but you get what you need. And you may have been struggling a little bit financially. Either you're out of jobs for a while, or that your past job that you had wasn't providing what you needed.
Yeah.
And you're hoping for this coming job. But even if this one doesn't work out or it's not what you expected, you're going to find something. It is going to spark something within you, and ultimately it is going to help you financially. So I'd be staying optimistic, but also keep your eyes open.
Yeah, for sure. Because the package isn't going to be full blown or exactly what you expected. Just try to stay positive with what you do get. I mean, working from home is a huge plus. So many people wish that they could work from home. Even the fact that you're going to be able to is like huge. So just keep that in mind. Weigh all the pros and cons. Kath says she knows that we weren't talking bad, but then she says, did you notice how people were repeating and enjoying that live video, and also how the views increased? That was nice of you that you left live video public. Oh, yeah, we're going to do that for now on.
Mostly, like, if you have something that, resonates with you when we're talking to you, it's nice to be able to play that back and re-listen to it and hear things in a different perspective, or hear things that you didn't hear the first time. So I think that'd be nice.
Exactly. And we just do this because we love it. We don't, if you want a personal reading, you can go to the tarotauthority.com and fill out the contact form. But we just do this because we love it, and we love the community, and we love hanging out with each other and all of you guys. So, yeah, Kath, no problem. Yeah, and the reason that it didn't become public immediately was because I had to figure it out. I had to figure out how to make it public. So just be patient. We'll eventually get you guys what you want and need. But yeah. All right. So
we'll wrap that up. Good luck for you.
Yeah, Kath, do you have any questions tonight, or did you just want to come and hang out? You're always welcome. Chelsea says thank you. No problem, Chelsea. Kath says she knows that we love what we do. Yeah, we do.
We do.
All right, so we were doing general readings for signs. Let's give the audience, or the hangout. Let's not call it an audience. Let's call it a hangout.
Yeah.
Let's call it a hangout. Let's give the live chat a minute or two in case somebody has a question. There's no pressure. If you don't have a question, we can just continue with our general readings for the signs, which is fine. I know it kind of takes a lot sometimes to to kind of air out your business in the chat. So that's okay if it's hard to kind of put personal questions in the chat. That's totally fine. We get it. Just know that YouTube is like as anonymous as possible as you can probably get. Everything's fine. You're in a safe place. I'm going to school to become a therapist. There's no judgment here, no judgment zone. Yeah, so I think we're just going to continue on with the sign readings. So we just did Leo.
Okay.
Did we? We just did Leo, right?
Yeah. So we're on to Virgo.
Oh!
And that's going to be interesting because I'm myself a Virgo. And so, of course, I want to hear good things coming up. But
All right, Virgo.
We'll see.
Virgo. Why don't you read for it since you're the Virgo? You've got the Virgo energy.
Let's see how that goes.
Got the Virgin energy. So Virgo,
Yeah.
Virgo is represented by the Virgin.
Virgos.
Virgo.
Actually,
Okay. Okay.
it's hard not to have reactions to. Okay.
All right. Do you want to start?
Well, I'm seeing a loss of a childlike innocence. That sounds kind of bad, but I mean more like maybe a jadedness toward events that are going on or the situation in your life right now. The childlike wonder you need to bring back, or it wasn't there, but it can come back. And something big is happening to shake things up. And you're going through some conflict and you're honestly kind of tired of having to keep battling something. There's some people that have been a conflict in your life that you are just kind of getting over. And so I'd like another clarifier here of like how to move on from this. Don't act irrationally.
The Lovers. Okay. I'm going to jump in here. I think that it's really time to focus in not on your relationships, but rather looking at what you've overcome and kind of realizing that you've been through a lot of turmoil, but it's finally over. Don't hang on to things if you don't need to. If you absolutely can let something go, allow it to happen. We're doing Virgo right now, Carlos. So just take things with stride. Don't go too quickly. And kind of, like I said, let things go if you can so you can lighten your load a little bit. So when those abrupt happenings actually occur, just allow it to happen so you can take on more things. Starting to get some action in the chat. And we're going to move on from Virgo. So we have a question. Okay, so we have a question from Neat. And what are Utman's current feelings for me? All right, Neat, we're going to answer your question right now. Sarah will be back here in a second. I'm going to start shuffling. If you could just like and subscribe to the channel, we'll be more than happy to answer the question completely and fully. All right, so what are Utman's feelings for Neat? Thank you. We appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe. Will he marry someone else? Will Utman marry someone else? Oh, that's a brutal question. Okay, we are going to figure that out right now, or at least give you something to think about. Oh, she says you're welcome. Yeah, this is definitely something I would want to ask about too. And then we'll get to Rapper with Intuitions afterwards. So basically
Interesting username.
Yeah, what we do here is if you put the question in the chat, we go in chronological order. Okay, Neat says they're going through depression. I'm so sorry. We're going to get you a few cards here. All right. All right. Initially, I'm going to say don't think too hard about this. We've got the star inverted. So the star represents like meditation and kind of looking into the ethers to essentially find guidance. Now, because it's reversed, I'm going to encourage you to not overthink this. All right. He does have feelings for you, but he's kind of sitting on them, right? He's sitting under the tree. And then we have the Page of Cups. So this represents that he does have feelings for you, but he's sitting on them. He is essentially not sharing them. You need to be the opportunity for him to express those feelings. And as the more you think about this expression of him expressing it, the more holding you back. So you just need to you need to go. You need to show him how you really feel. And that means taking initiative, okay? Instead of fishing for him to come out, you need to go to him. Is he happy with his wife? Well, you know what? I'm definitely going to say he's thinking and meditating about everything. So,
I think we need more cards.
yeah,
to add
we
to
need
that.
more cards for this one. This is
That was
some pretty intense stuff. Okay, so he wants to try to share his time, but I don't think that's diplomatically correct right now.
Yeah.
Yep. He's done trying to work on things, and he kind of wants people to do it for him. He's kind of finished, so you really need to try to be there for him as much as you can without getting too involved in the marriage and breaking it up in a really bad way. So, you need to tell him how you feel and then leave it as is.
Yeah, I'm seeing that you kind of sparked something within him that piqued his interest and it made him start to question his marriage more. And it really kind of shook things up within him. And then he almost tried to balance it and weigh his feelings for both of you. But ultimately, that was just too much work, and it's just not going to work out, which
Right.
makes so much sense. I want to see an ultimate.
Oh,
card
she
here.
says that he got pressured to marry someone else and then he blocked her everywhere.
Okay.
So that okay, we're gonna do one more card for this and then we
Yeah,
have
I
to
want
move
another
on.
card.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say let sleeping dogs lie. Yep. I think this has kind of solidified it. I think that it might be good. Yep. I think Apox is right. Yeah, you gotta go get some drink. You gotta let this one go.
It's not to say he didn't have feelings for you, but this is just his choice, and this is just how things are unfolding. And you deserve someone that's going to just go for you.
Yeah, it's time to kind of reason through what's happened and just kind of go to bed on this one. There's always more people to marry. There's always more people to marry. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Apox is right. It's time to kind of put this one to rest and get a drink. So all right, thanks Apox for chiming in and giving some more support. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to Rapper with Intuition. Love the
That.
name. So they want to know what to expect in life.
Okay.
Is he happy? I cannot say if he's happy.
I think he's really thinking about things.
I think he's
I
thinking
don't
about
know.
things too. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a strong yes or no.
I think Apox is right though. It's kind of time to just take a back step. The cards were also saying the same thing. All right, so what is Rapper with Intuition's next
let me
phase?
think of Rapper with Intuition here. Rapper with Intuition. I wanna say Intuition. I'm getting both of these. Okay. Oh, okay.
interesting.
It is interesting.
You want to take the lead on this one?
A little bit. I want to give my initial impressions that, at least in the past, you were letting some hard feelings get you down, and you felt bound to those. You could have been in a depressive state, or it was just a more heavy feeling. But I think this is kind of in the middle, a turning point where you're realizing that you don't want those things to bring you down anymore. And you're going to lean more into your creative side, and maybe even a feminine side, which, you know, you can still be masculine with some femininity within you. That's a great balance. So I think you're going to start mastering your emotions more and let it channel into your creativity. And maybe even bring those things that were letting you down, become something that you can create beauty out of, and it'll help empower you.
Yeah, for sure. I do want to encourage you to kind of see what's going on in your life from an outside perspective, and if there's anything that you're tying yourself to in like an intellectual manner, it might be good to reassess if that's actually something that is making you happy or sad. Oh, they said they're writing a book. Excellent. So yeah,
Perfect.
Really go inward and think about all these things about the book. I think this has to do with that, kind of assessing what the book's direction is going to be. I do see it turning out to be really good. We have the Three of Swords inverted, which is actually a good sign. Traditionally standing upwards, this represents sorrow. So because it's upside down, it's the inverse of sorrow, or the reverse of sorrow, which is happiness. That's a really great sign, sitting next to the Queen of Cups, which is the most emotional and creative queen. So dive into your psychic energy and really bring all of that great stuff for the book out. I want to encourage you to lean into that. And you see here that the person is blindfolded, which represents going inward. So really look inward and think hard and good. So all the eights have to do with intellect or thinking, and it also is a sword. So you have two intellectual acts happening at once, but don't get lost in your own thoughts. You can see here that the person is bound up. So it represents this woman bound herself up so she's overthinking things, and she's bound up by her own thoughts and her own thinking patterns. So just watch out for that as you move through your book. Great outcomes for you though, Rapper with Intuition. Yep, so Rapper with an Intuition is a Libra. So they have a tendency to get caught up in their own thoughts. They have a tendency to get caught up in thinking about every angle.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Don't overthink things. Because when you start thinking, you're your own worst enemy.
So channel and let it out.
Channel and let it out. Exactly. Be the Queen of Cups. Just let it out. All right.
Good luck with your book. That's awesome.
Good luck. Yeah. Books are awesome. I'm going to should I plug my own book? No, it's fine. They can go to my website. Yeah, if you guys want to work with us one-on-one,
Yeah, plug your own book.
the website is thetarotauthority.com. And I wrote a book recently. It's called The Sage's Cloak. So if you guys want to get into tarot, you guys can find The Sage's Cloak on Amazon.com. All right. So we do have a couple questions
It's
here.
a great beginner's guide. I'm biased, but I will say so myself. It's a great beginner's guide for not only getting into tarot, but just into meditative practice in general, and getting into your own spiritual self.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Rapper with Intuition. All right, so we do have somebody that keeps asking. Rapper with Intuition's book is called The Cloak City.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's so
crazy.
funny. That's some crazy synchronicities. That's actually super cool.
So who
we're gonna actually ask Ratuja's question, and it's, what are Key's current feelings for Ratuja? All right, what are Key's current feelings for Ratuja? So Sarah's pulling some cards right now. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Do you want me to take the lead on this one?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see him really feeling too much.
Right. I think he's in his masculine energy.
I
but there's
think,
something
yeah.
that's turning it around and making him want to pursue you and get into his emotional side.
Yeah, so the Emperor kind of represents like divine reason, and divine authority, especially like masculine divine authority and reasoning. And it has to do with the sign of Aries. But what kind of gets me about two of these cards is that each one of them has armor on, which represents protecting themselves. So the thing is about armor is that there's like a hard outside but a soft inside. So he's trying to put on that he like doesn't really have feelings, but he actually does. And so what's happening is that his external persona is putting out that he's kind of tough. And so what you need to do is kind of break that down and maybe give him the opportunity to kind of open up. This card represents like feeling pain after loss. So a good time to kind of connect with him is maybe when he loses something. It might be good to connect with him. It might be good to also, when you do that connection with him, once he feels a little bit sad or down, to not give him all of your cards, okay? You also need to protect yourself while you are trying to connect to him. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket is essentially what I'm saying, or don't invest yourself completely when it happens. You need to stay secure in your own self.
I just want to reaffirm our initial interpretation, just what I'm seeing. It's like he has that hard shell and that masculine exterior that he doesn't feel too much. You're not going to get to him. And this card traditionally, you could see it's like you're feeling defeated and sad after a loss, but also this guy looks like, you know, he's pretty happy with the outcome. He feels like he got one up on someone. But in reverse, it's like, you're not fooling anyone, man. You're not fooling anyone. We know you have some feelings there, and you're going to bring it out of him. He's going to show it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. All right, so Kath has a question. And then Carlos has a question. All right, so we're going to do Kath's question first because she put it up first, and then we'll get to Carlos. Hang in there, Carlos. So Kath says, okay, I vaguely remember this, so it sounds like something happened. All right, what will be the outcome if I write to N, who's an Aries, to talk and clear up the misunderstanding he has? Interesting. Okay. All right, so what will be the outcome if she writes the letter to try to clear up the misunderstanding? That's essentially the question. Yeah. What do you got?
I just don't see him being really receptive.
I was
to the
honestly
feelings.
saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same
Like,
thing.
you're going to pour out your heart, and it's just not going to land, and it's going to make him want to run away even more.
It's not really clocking to him. Yeah. Because this card kind of represents going somewhere, and it's upside down, it represents stagnation. So, yeah, I think that if you write the letter, it's a little futile at this point. You could always try. I mean, you know, it'll take some work. It'll take a lot of work. You're really gonna have to show them that it's your will to kind of create the connection again, Kath. If you can give us a little more information about what happened, if you're comfortable, no pressure, we might be able to kind of get a little more clarity on the situation. But as it stands right now, with just this kind of general yes no reading, it doesn't really seem like that he's going to be too receptive to it, even if you try. Okay, yeah, if you can give us a little more clarity on what's going on, we can maybe try to break it up a little bit more for you. So we'll give Kath an opportunity to kind of explain what's going on a little bit more, and then we're going to move on to Carlos. Because Carlos was next, but if you can give us a little more clarity. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of stagnation in his feelings. You're really going to have to try really hard. You're going to try to have to tap into his emotional side, and also you might have to do some psychic work too. You might really have to try to like you're going to have to really meditate on him trying to build that bridge back together. Letters are also very intimate things. So not only are you feeling the person's thought, or not only are you comprehending the person's thoughts, but you're literally seeing their handwriting. So if you write this letter, make sure that it's really neat, really clean, because more psychic energy travels through words. It travels through handwriting. More of that mental force and that feeling force. I'm going to say maybe place a gift inside this letter, but he may take advantage of that, and it may not go anywhere even if that happens. So it really depends on how much work you want to put into it. All right. I'm sorry, Kath. If you want to give us a little more context, we can maybe help you out a little bit more, but yeah, the cards weren't really playing out quite well, unfortunately. You're going to have to fight for it. I mean, we've got 2 knights here. You're really going to have to fight, and the knights are fighting. They kind of do the king's deeds. They're the fighting creatures, not creatures. They're the fighting characters of the tarot. All right. We're going to do Carlos's question. We can come back to this, Kath, if you hang out, if you want a little more clarification. It might be
essentially
good.
seeing an offering and a pouring out of the heart, and it just not landing.
Same. Doesn't really seem like it's going to clock to him.
Or even if he is the one to initially pursue you, it just, something changed within him, and I just right now don't really see it aligning energetically.
Yeah, I agree.
We're both getting that.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to Carlos. So Carlos says that she said she was just playing him. Is that true?
Okay.
All right, Carlos, we're moving
One
on to your
moment.
question.
One moment.
She's shuffling the deck. Give
I'm
her a second.
shuffling for you, Carlos.
Is she playing Carlos? She said she was just playing him. But is she
it true?
But is she actually
What are
playing
her
him?
intentions?
No, he wants to know if she was actually playing him.
I would say that's
Oh, that's so interesting. I was thinking of that card.
Really?
Yup. Oh. Hmm. Huh.
What do you think?
I'm kind of getting that there was a little bit of a joke in there.
Yeah.
And she actually, deep down, kind of does have a feeling.
Of what?
Like, a feeling for him.
I think so too.
Like, she was kind of bluffing, saying that, oh, she was just messing around.
I feel like messing around and playing are different though. Like those are two different things.
I mean, the playing part. I think saying that she was just playing was a little bit of almost testing the waters and seeing what you were gonna say.
No, I agree. I think that she's putting on a front, Carlos.
Why are we saying that? Because, with this card, the person is almost stealing something from another person and they're trying to get away with it and they're trying to sneak.
Yeah.
It's in reverse, so there may be a little bit of truth to that. Like, there is some playing going on, but she's looking within. Deep down, there's another truth there. Queen of Cups. There's feelings. There's some emotions. It's not all a facade.
Right. I also want to jump in here too, Carlos, is that the High Priestess represents memories. So whatever happened between you guys built some memories, and those don't go away. No matter how hard you try to block memories out, they're always there. And what also is interesting is that this represents the moon. We have the moon here. So with life, we have all these ebbs and flows, changing of the tides, right? And essentially what's going to happen is that she's going to move away from you, but she's going to have those memories, and then she's going to come back. You see this Queen of Cups here. She's presenting the cup. So let her have her little playing, in quotes, or drama. Sometimes people can get a little dramatic and they try to like put on a show. But you got to remember there, Carlos, that you guys made those memories. And what happens is people come back and they kind of remember something a little different. And, you remember it one way, she remembers it a different way. And when she comes back, you need to remind her about how things ended with you guys. And you're going to end up having the upper hand in this situation. So stay true to yourself, Carlos. I honestly feel like there were some feelings there. And those memories that you guys built, wait and see what happens, Carlos. I think that's the best thing to do. Kath is saying something here. I want to give this a little bit of attention. I want to have this more clear. If you have the time after Carlos, that could help to have a big perspective about the situation. It would be nice. Yeah, no problem, Carlos. You're always welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Just remember, you guys made some memories together, and she's always going to carry those with her. And when she ends up coming back, I want you to remind her about how things ended and her saying that she played you, but you remember it a little differently. Of course, man. All right. Let's get... I want to revisit Kath's question.
On N.
On N in the letter. We need a little more background, Kath. We can't completely answer this question totally.
It helps with just to reaffirm where we're going with this reading.
Yeah, we want to know the big
confirmation.
perspective too, Kath. We need to know more. We can't just, we need to know why you're writing the letter, why you feel like the letter's, needed. If you feel comfortable putting that in the chat, that would be really, really helpful. Because initially the question was like, will he be receptive? And we were getting a solid no. So we kind of need to know a little more background. That's right, Carlos. She can't erase the memories. They're always there. It's true. So if you can give us a little more, Kath, that would be super, super helpful.
I wish you guys could hear our cat is snoring in the background. It's actually very cute.
Yeah.
She's right next to us.
Yeah. They're here for... I would point the camera at the cat, but I don't know if they would like that.
Maybe not everyone's a cat person.
That's what I was thinking too.
I'm a little biased.
All right. If you can give a little more perspective, Kath, we can... Oh, okay. I guess we got cards coming out. We have cards coming out. No problem, Carlos. You're always welcome.
I'm gonna do both of these.
Okay. All right. All right. What do you got?
I have to think about it. for a
All
second.
right. She's thinking about it for a second. Give her a second, Kath.
Yeah, it would be helpful to get more information though.
Yeah,
to
we.
see where we can bounce off of
Yeah.
here.
She hasn't really. She didn't say anything after she wants to get more perspective, a big perspective about this situation. Okay. Well, I guess we can just try to give more of a answer without knowing the bigger perspective. What do you think?
I see there was obviously a challenge here, something that was going on with him or with her that they were not able to tend to the relationship to the extent that it needed to be tended to because they were tied to something else. It really could be many things, but there could have been a change in a way of thinking, or maybe one of you brought up the need for change
Mm.
in thinking, and that was going to be the thing that really needed to happen in order to make the relationship work. And then so one of you is contemplating a choice on if the relationship is worth making that change or not.
Yeah. I like that. I think that what basically I'm getting is that he had a new idea about where the relationship was going or even his own thinking patterns. And what happened was is that he kind of receded into himself, or he went inward, and so he disconnected from the binding forces that you guys had between each other. He kind of took away from that, and now he's just kind of sitting with himself, and he's thinking super hard about everything that happened. So maybe this letter will be a good thing. And also, I forgot to tell you, the thing about a letter is that they can always keep it with them. Like, so when you send a letter, he can tuck it away and he can read it like years later. So that is one thing that you do have going for you. But he's definitely looking inward right now, and he may just need time alone. So essentially, there was a shift in the thinking patterns, in his thinking patterns specifically, and it was a. So I'm getting almost the feeling that somebody influenced him to do this. It definitely was not in the divine pattern. Like, it was somebody outside that kind of pushed him towards disconnecting from you, which I'm really sorry about. That really sucks. Hi, Fatonia. If you put a question in the chat, we can get to it eventually. Right now, we're just kind of clarifying some stuff up with Kath. So if you put the question in the chat, we'll get to you. So the star kind of represents meditation or fishing into the cosmic consciousness. But it also represents influencing consciousness too. So you see here the waters are being poured into the pool. The pool kind of represents the consciousness of man. And so there was a change in that, and we have right below here the Two of Swords, which represents going inward and trying to find balance. So something changed in his consciousness, especially with this Ace of Swords. A new thought arose, right? And then he started to go inward, and he released the binding forces. So the devil represents a binding force, and that's inverted, so that represents release. So this new thought kind of unchained him from whatever he felt chained to. So there might be somebody that's not really in your corner, Kath. Hi, welcome, Raina. If you put a question in the chat, we'll get to you. We're just hanging out. We haven't really gotten any questions in a while here. We just had Kath and Carlos interacting. Also, this is really a great room. Oh, wow, that's a great question, Fatonia. Thank you for asking that. Okay, so we have a new question. Do you want me to shuffle the deck, or do you want to go for it?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to shuffle the deck. All right, so Phaetonia's question is, will I settle the lawsuit?
Mm.
All we ask is that you like and subscribe, and we'll get to your question. And then if you need a clarifier, it's usually best to kind of give us a little more context, especially with like these yes/no questions. So yeah, and we can kind of dig in a little bit more. All right. All right. We're gonna answer Phaetonia's question, and then we'll get to Raina. Will you settle the lawsuit? I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Because we have the Ace of Coins, that represents new money, something new in the material world. But with these inverted queens, it's not going to be created how you want. So it's going to settle, but the settlement's not going to be what you initially expected, what you initially felt about it. And by the end of it, you're going to feel pretty beat up. Emotionally, and your willpower is kind of zapped. It's going to come to an end and to get something, but it's not going to be what you thought it was going to be. I want you to guard yourself, your energy specifically, and your emotions, okay? Do not get too wound up over the outcome. And don't put too much energy into it, because if you do, it will not end well. Okay, so they've been yeah, no problem, Phaetonia. Carlos has another question. What we're gonna do is we're gonna answer Raina's question. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, Phaetonia. Don't overdo yourself on this one. Don't get too emotionally involved. The outcome may not be what you thought it was going to be, but it will settle.
That's exactly what I was seeing.
That's what I was saying too. All right, so we're gonna move on to Raina's question, which is, will we reconcile? Nice shuffling job.
Yeah, that was a good
That was
one.
pro.
Better. Well.
That was pro. All right, so Raina's question is, will we reconcile? We've been in no contact for months over a court case. I just want to know if things will get better with us.
A lot of
Okay.
legal things.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's kind of the shifting of the tides a little bit. Okay.
And what was the question again?
It was, will we reconcile? We've been in no contact for months over a court case, so I just want to know if things will get better with us. Okay. I don't see things changing anytime soon. I definitely want to say.
I don't either.
I definitely want to say, don't cry over spilt milk. It might be time to maybe try something new. If you are going to hang on to this relationship, you're going to have to wait and try to nourish the situation as much as possible, but it's really hard to nourish something that you can't talk with or talk to about with them. I do think that the no contact right now is probably the healthiest thing for you guys. So I would respect that. And once all the court stuff is done, you could try, but I would definitely stay guarded and don't allow yourself to be too emotionally vulnerable.
Exactly. Try to master your emotions as much as possible.
Yeah, as soon as your emotions become mastered, I think that this relationship's going to be more healthy. And I really want you to try to stay, like, try to stay indifferent if anything comes up between you guys that was about the past, because if you get emotionally involved with what happens about the past, it's just going to kind of wind you back up into the situation that you're in now. So that's kind of what I'm getting. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, definitely. I see there was obviously grief here, loss here, and some sad emotions, and it was hard to balance, and there's not really potential for a new arc of it all, and to just master your emotions as much as you can and focus on yourself.
Yeah, it's really time to just kind of, yeah, essentially what Sarah and I said. All right, so we're gonna take the next question. What I'm gonna do, Carlos, is I'm gonna get back to your question, but we have somebody else that asked something. I just want to be fair to everybody because we did already do your question. Yeah, no problem, Reina. I wish you the best. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. So NRA 00. I want to know, does Henry love and want to marry me? I'm Nadia. Not Nadira. Nadira. Okay, Nadira. All right.
Nadir is asking if the person wants to marry them and loves them.
Yeah. That's a nice lighthearted one. A couple of those got heavy there. No, you're okay, Carlos. What I'm going to do is answer this question, then I'm going to get to your question. So you're good. You're good. We'll get to you. Don't worry. Just we liked your reading. That was a nice reading. Ooh, we haven't gotten that card tonight. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say that Henry does love you.
Yeah.
But he wants to kind of stay balanced in his love for you, and his own life that he has going on now. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he has a lot on his mind here. With the King of Swords usually being upright, more balanced in their thinking. He's not, and he's weighing out his options here and knows he has to make a choice. But ultimately, with the Sun, it is a positive card, and we do see some love here. So I think it might not be like super fast. There's some thinking that he's doing, but it's a good sign overall.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna have to agree. Yeah, you can get a general reading after, Carlos Emil. Thanks for hanging out. Just like and subscribe to the channel. We got you. We got you. Yeah, I'm gonna say that he does love you, Nadira, but he's not ready to like let go of his life that he has now. So you might have to adjust to that lifestyle. The Sun is a really good sign for a love reading. It kind of represents life coming together and like that new invigoration that we can have for life. So that's a really great sign for a love reading. I would probably say that's almost as good as the Lovers.
Yeah,
Or
it's
the Two of
definitely
Cups.
like a positive yes card.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry. Just you're gonna have to adjust to his lifestyle. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Like he's not ready to quite change everything completely. We she says, I see. Yeah. So just adjust to his thinking patterns and his lifestyles. All right, we're going to do Carlos's question, and then we're going to do Emil. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. So we're going to do a couple cards for Carlos now. He says, a judge ruled in my favor 9 months ago, and I haven't gotten my check. How much longer will it take?
There's a lot of legal issues going on tonight.
I know.
I'm sorry to hear. I know it's really tough.
Really
And it does take a long time to get things settled.
Yeah, it takes
At
months.
least here in the United States.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak for other places. I don't know where you guys are from. Okay.
I'm gonna say he's decided, but he's waiting for you to adjust it. Adjust to his life.
Well, I do see the struggle here and it taking a long time for things to pan out. And it's not what you expected. Seeing those
Mm.
energies of waiting a lot, feeling
Yeah.
like, okay, when's it coming? It's not what you were hoping for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna say you're gonna have to be patient. I mean, this person's sitting down. Don't be.
Again with the waiting.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of waiting.
You're just gonna
vibes.
have to keep waiting and checking in.
And that's not that. I know that's not the answer you want, but this is just what's coming up as your energy here.
Yeah.
Do we have any clarification for him?
Don't cry over spilled milk. So just keep living your life like you don't have the check. And then when it comes, it comes. I actually encountered something like that a while back. Like, essentially, I sold some tarot decks, and PayPal held my money for a while because I was a new seller on their platform, and I had to basically act like I never sold those tarot decks, and I just had to continue my life on. So that might be the way that you need to go with this situation, Carlos, but keep checking in with it. The wait continues, but you can check in, man. Okay, so Apox actually asked a question about my book, and I feel like this is a good time to answer it. Okay, so the Sage's Cloak, essentially what the book does is it teaches you how to meditate with the tarot in the first chapter. And what it does is it encourages you to look at the principles of the cards astrologically and through a numerology lens, okay? And what we do is we start to use the tarot initially as like a tool of divination, but then it slowly sneaks in mystical ideas that you can use in your readings. So Apox, what I try to do is go from looking at like the elemental patterns of the tarot, which is the fire, water, air, and earth. Hang on for a second. Fire, water, air, and earth. And then we apply the elements to the astrology signs. So then we kind of get a grasp on that. And then we move into some of the more deeper symbolism after we understand the basics of the elements and the signs. But I really want to encourage you to meditate on a daily basis, and do that for a good couple years. Once you do that, you will start to have realizations about the tarot that just make sense. So meditate with the cards and the images and what you can actually do. I'll show you. Here, let's get a card out here. So this is a great card for this. So the Empress. So put the Empress in front of you after you're nice and calm. And I want you to bring the Empress into your imagination and think about all the goals. So we have the fields of wheat. And traditionally, wheat represents wealth and growth and life. Okay. Now we have the Venus here. So Venus traditionally represents beauty. Venus, also the god Venus, was also in love with wealth. On her robe, we have the roses, which represents desire. Okay. And she's also in a maternal gown, so it represents birth. Okay. We have the okay, sorry about that. Something's going on with Wi-Fi here. The birthing process, okay? And there's all these little to greater realization. So ultimately, this represents the birth of life, beauty, wealth, and growth. We'll do another one quickly. And what you do is you bring it into your mind and or work with you in various ways. The Sage's Cloak is a great start your journey, or for people that already have some knowledge. I just wanted to talk about that with you real quick, Apox or anybody else. The book is called The Sage's Cloak, and you can find it on Amazon.com. It'll give you all of the elements that you need to be successful. But I'm here to help. I'm here to help if you don't feel that the tarot journey is for you. That's okay. So, Emil, are you still with us? Still with us, Emil? Emil wanted a general reading. Yeah, no problem, Apox. Thanks for hanging out. Emil's here. We're going to do a general for Emil.
Okay.
All right. Sarah, do you want to give Emil a reading? No. All right,
We'll
fine.
see how this
All right, fine.
pans out.
Nick's going to give Emil a general reading. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. I wanted to give Apox a nice thorough explanation. I believe the Kindle version's only like $5 on Amazon. So yeah. All right, here we go. General reading for Emil. If anyone's coming in for their first time, if you give a like and subscribe, we will give you a reading. All right, Emil, what we got here? 5 of Pentacles and the Magician. We haven't gotten the Magician at all this night. All right. So I want you to hone in with the ladies in your life, Emil. Talk to them in a and want always be the way that it was intended to be. It may get a little sticky, get a little rough. All right, but here's the thing. You're not going to be alone. You always have somebody else. You always have somebody with you alone. I really want you to lean into those figures in your life right now, Emil. Oh, I know. It's the why. There's also been storms. I apologize, guys. Start from the top again. Lean into the strong feminine figures in your life that are smart, that have a plan. You're going to be able to manifest everything that you need, everything that you want. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be rocky. In this image, people are beaten up, they're broken, they're tattered. But look here, friend, you're never alone. Even when you're down, you're broken, and you feel like giving up, I want you to always remember that there's somebody there for you. There's somebody that is going to listen to you. All right? It may be a good time to ground yourself. Community or people that usually would look out for you are not there. There is always going to be someone. I really want you to align your thoughts and your desires into one means of momentum. And also arrange your inner elemental patterns, your will, your emotions, your thinking, and your money into one single direction, and you're going to get to where you need to go. We see here we have the wand, the sword, the cup, and the pentacle. Those represent the 4 elemental energies within you, my friend, and without you. Now what happens is something will happen in our external lives that change our internal patterns. We need to be able to adjust those internal patterns with those external circumstances. That is exactly what the Magician does. He has the ability to recognize these patterns in our life. And sometimes we need a little bit of help. Remember how I was saying it's time to lean into that strong, divine, feminine character that's also very smart. She's going to help you recognize those patterns so that you can change your internal circumstances. Sometimes we miss things. Sometimes Sarah helps me readjust my elemental pattern into certain ways. She's also helped me to take life not too seriously. And I love that. I was headed a very serious pattern in my life. So make sure that you talk to your very smart women that you are, that are in your life. And it might get a little bit rough, but you always can depend on them. So that's what I got for you, Emil. Sorry about the Wi-Fi breaking up there. We've had storms all day here in the Midwest. But we're here for you. We're here for you. All right. What are some other questions we had before I plugged my book for APOX? All right. I think that was the only one. Yeah, no problem, Emil. Just be willing to adjust yourself with the external circumstances that are happening around you. It might get a little bit hard, but you got this. You're the magician, man. We're all the magicians. We're all the magicians. We all have the divine energy. We all have the means to manifest what we need. Yep, Kath, I can take another question for you. We might be wrapping it up soon. Sarah's a little tired. I'm riding this wave though. Yeah, one more question from Kath. I think we've had a good night. We've been for a while now. Apox, if you go to my website, thetaroauthority.com, send me an email. I'd be more than happy to work with you and teach you some awesome tarot stuff. I'm also going to make a video on the Lover's card here coming up. Hopefully that could give you a little more depth to that. So, Kath, we're going to take your question and probably shut it down for the night. But Apox, please reach out, or anybody for that matter, taroauthority.com. There is a contact tab. I'd be more than happy to work with you guys. No problem, Carlos. Thank you. We appreciate it. I'm going to work on that Lovers video for you guys. Yep, taroauthority.com. Go to the contact tab. It'll go right to my email. I will respond within 24 hours. Just want to know, and Aries, what does he want? Did he really want? All right, I am so sorry about the connection, guys. Yeah, it's probably good that we stop soon. No, you're good. He wants a good time. He doesn't want to feel like he's fought against. He wants like something material that he can benefit from. All right. No, you're good, Kath. It's my connection on this side has been terrible the past like 20 minutes. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he wants a really good time, Kath. He doesn't want to feel like he's being fought against. I think whatever barriers are now lifted. And I'm going to say allow him to kind of court you. Allow him to court you, have fun with the chase. He can have fun with the chase. He's a very gentle, divine, masculine figure. He may get a little caught up in his thoughts. Pisces energies, they always kind of, they're the best, and they kind of get caught up in their thoughts sometimes. Sarah's giving me some look because I said that the Pisces energy kind of like always think they're the best. I honestly, I mean, my brother was a Pisces. He always kind of thought that. My stepdad was a Pisces. He always thought that. She's giving me these looks, guys. All right. Oh, just
I'm
don't.
just seeing you trying to offer him something and him just feeling some sort of resistance toward it. And I kind of get that this is what he needs to come out of, not that he's in this energy. So I'm kind of getting that he's a little emotionally immature and he's not really receptive to your offerings here. He could be a water sign. I'm just not kidding. That
He's an Aries.
fully matured. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't see the emotional maturity overall.
Right. And he's gonna try to rush into things, but I want you two guys to like kind of like enjoy each other before you jump into anything. I think he does want you to text him. His guard is kind of down right now, so take advantage of that. His guard is down.
Yeah.
It's reversed. That's gonna be it for tonight, guys. If you want to talk further, you can go to thetarotauthority.com and fill out the contact form. We'll try to come on tomorrow for a little bit. It might not be as long. This was kind of like just because it's tonight and Saturday, but we really love you guys. We love you for checking in. We hope you all have a really great night. No problem, Carlos. You're welcome. Thank you for coming by. Good night, Apox. I hope you contact me. I'd love to talk to you more, and look for that video on the lovers. I'm going to try to get it out the next few days before I go on vacation or go to Florida. All right, guys, have a good night. I'm going to post the reading. I'm going to post the readings up in like 3 minutes so you guys can watch it again if you want. All right, bye.